Welcome back to Newzroom Africa Sport, and we are still discovering new things that are happening in the world of sport. And we just spoke of World Jump Rope Championships. I bet you didn't know about that. But what you also don't know is that there is a man by the name of Morné Basson who's going to be running 72 half marathons in 72 days. Are you insane?
Benji, first of all, thank you for having me. Probably a little bit crazy, but it's for a great cause and something very close to heart.
Okay, we'll talk about why you're doing it in just a bit. I said to the guys that were just here that I have skipping rope.
I was scared you could ask me to do that.
No, I was hoping you'd bring a treadmill here. You run on a treadmill.
Yeah.
And you have actually run Comrades Marathon on a treadmill.
On a treadmill.
Tell us about that.
It's all started, I worked on cruise ships a couple of years ago, and I've entered the Comrades Marathon, and I've done it a couple of times before. And I'm just a normal guy with a passion for running. I'm not a great runner. I've got a very strong mind. And a long story short, whenever there's a challenge in my life, and there's been a few, I see that as an opportunity. And they extended my contract on the ship, and I said to myself, you know what, you've trained, you're going to do it. And I decided to run the Comrades Marathon on a cruise ship in Alaska.
And you finished?
And I finished it.
The 90
kilometers. Yeah. I actually did, I think, about just about a kilometer more than the guys in Durban the day. But it was awesome. And I put it on Facebook that I'm going to do it to raise awareness for motor neuron disease, something very close to heart for me. And yes, I've done it. And that's where it all started in 2015.
All right. That's amazing. Comrades Marathon on a treadmill. And we see you there on a treadmill at a shopping mall. Why? Why in such odd places?
It's
there was one actually in a bakkie.
That's correct. Yes, I was very very honoured. The guys from Killarney Toyota sponsored me a bakkie for the month. Unfortunately, not for life. But so that was awesome. We had the treadmill on the back of a bakkie, and it was just raising awareness. It was something different. I did it every day. That was in 2017. Where I did a full marathon, 42.2 each day at a different shopping complex, shopping mall in Gauteng. And it's people see this crazy guy, they stop, they want to find out why. And it was raising awareness. And it did work. A lot of awareness was created. And so for me, that was mission accomplished.
All right. You spoke of motor neuron disease. And you said you are going to, by the way, the world record for consecutive half marathons is about 52.
It's currently 52, yes.
Currently. And you're going for 72.
72, yes.
Why are you doing this? I know you said you've got a passion for running, but there's a greater cause.
There's a greater cause. Everybody that knows me and follows me on Facebook and all of that, my friends, family, all know that I always use the hashtag noregrets. And I've learned that often in life can throw you a curveball or two. And it's just the way that you deal with all the challenges and all of that. And so for me to make a difference, first of all, motor neuron disease is a beast of a disease. It's, in my opinion, probably one of the most horrible diseases out there. There's currently no cure for the disease. And with all respect, there's not many people doing anything for that. And I challenge government, I challenge medical aids, I challenge life insurance companies to do more because, honestly, they're not doing their part. There's hardly anybody that will stand up and do something for that. And I'm an individual trying to make a difference.
All right. Obviously, the most famous person that we know, especially us in sport, who suffered from the disease and eventually passed on is US Van der Westhuizen. Why are you doing it? Like specifically, is there a personal story to it? Why specifically motor neuron disease?
I've had a family member that passed away from motor neuron disease about, give or take, 15 years ago. And I'm honest when I say we weren't that close, but the disease really intrigued me. It was something that I couldn't understand why, what happened and why can't there be any cure? And to see what happens to the person, not only the patient with motor neuron disease, but the closer family and friends, how they are affected, it's horrible. And not many people will know it, but motor neuron disease is a disease, number one, your brain is not affected at all. So nothing wrong with the mind. It is the nerve coming from the brain going to the muscle that slowly get affected. And you will basically die of one or two things, if not from something else before that. It's either a lack of food because you get to a point where we can't swallow, so you can't eat. So most of them do get a PEG tube where they get fed through a tube, if they can afford it, if they can do it. And obviously a lack of oxygen because your diaphragm controlled muscles, so you get to a point where you can't breathe anymore. It's horrible. So for me personally, I just wanted to find out more. I love health, I love wellness, and I try to live a healthy, balanced lifestyle. It was just horrible knowing that there's something that you can't do anything about it, and you can't do anything for it. I've always been a Joost van der Westhuizen a fan. I'm not sure if I can say I'm not a Blue Bull fan. That's something different, but that's a topic for another day. But yes, obviously Joost is very well known, but for me it's never been about an individual. There's another famous South African Afrikaans singer, Andre Swarts, that's been diagnosed with MND fairly recently. There's many. There's Ryan Walker, played for the Sharks. There's quite a few. And every single person should use whatever platform they can that is in a position to do that, to do what they can to create more awareness. I go to a lot of schools, a lot of companies, churches, but especially with the children. If you can make a difference with the people that spoke about the jump roping just now mentioned schools and children, if you can change or influence a child, they'll go home and speak to their parents. That's why I love to go to schools, especially to talk about this. But people ask me why on a treadmill. And when you've got motor neuron disease, you basically get trapped. You become a prisoner in your own body. And on a treadmill, the moment that I step onto the treadmill, I'm not going to get off the treadmill until I'm done. So I don't go to the bathroom, I don't do anything, I do what I need to do, and then once mission is accomplished, I move on.
All right, so how do you raise these funds? You run, you break the record, but where do the funds come from?
Currently, raising funds is a challenge. And I've got a Back a Buddy campaign that I'm doing, and that funds is to cover my cost for the event. There's obviously a lot of cost, and part of the funds that I'm hoping to get in will be, my goal is also to do a documentary where I want to take the cameras into an MND patient's home to go and show the world out there what the immediate family go through, what these guys go through, and try to make a difference. Fundraising is very difficult. I try to give a platform for a lot of MND patients, and I invite any MND patients that are currently not in contact with me, get in contact, and I would love to provide a platform, especially with all the events where I'm going to. There'll be a lot of media, different platforms there. Come there, let's use the platform, and let's try to get these guys what they need, medical equipment, medical care, and funds to do whatever they need to. The average cost for MND patients suffering from motor neuron disease, if they want to get quality care, and remember there's no cure, just to get quality care, we talk about a minimum of about 2 million rand a year. And medical aid, most of the time...
So it's just for the care, basically they wait to die?
Just to have a...
So it's making it comfortable?
Making it more comfortable, definitely, yes. There's a lot of progress in treatments. There's no cure, but there's treatments that can definitely prolong the disease. Very expensive, extremely expensive per day. And the average person just cannot afford that, impossible. And as I said, medical aid, even life insurance. There's a lot of life insurance companies that still do not see this as a dreaded disease, believe it or not.
Wow, that's powerful, man. Do you actually do road running at all, or is it?
I've been a keen runner, not a great runner, a keen runner for many years, and done obviously quite a few marathons, a couple of ultra marathons, done the Comrades a couple of times, and I just love it. And recently I got introduced by accident to Marco and his team at Planet Fitness, and I will actually be doing all the running on the treadmill at various Planet Fitness clubs across the country. And I invite the guys out there, anybody, come and join me. Check on my Facebook page, follow the Morné Basson treadmill guy page, and get the date.
You know what's we need to go, but the one thing that comes to my mind when you say join us, the first thing that comes is health. How is my health covered if I'm going to be running this for 72 consecutive days? I mean, people can collapse.
Of course. There's one thing that I tell everybody. There's two things people often take for granted, and it's time and it's health. Once you lose any of those two, you can never get it back. I believe even when doing 72 half marathons, my health is number one, and I need to look after it. And I believe in 80-20. 80% of the time, do the right thing. We need to look after our health. Our body is our temple. and we need to do the best we can to look after it. I do a lot of training. Obviously, I take supplementation. I rest a lot, but it's still a balanced lifestyle. And as I said, I'm just the individual, normal guy with a extremely strong mind, positive mindset, trying to make a difference in a world where hardly anybody cares about people suffering from motor neuron disease.
Morné, you are doing great, and hopefully the funds can come, because you're doing it for a great cause. And it's something that a lot of people don't know a lot about. I didn't know some of the things that you said. Some things I thought I knew, and it was the complete opposite. So thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me, Benji.
And good luck with the record. Hopefully you can break it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, hopefully the funding comes, and there'll be more awareness in as far as motor neuron disease is. That's Morné Basson talking to us about his attempt at running 72 half marathons in 72 days. We'll be back with AFCON chat with Coach Micho, who's in studio with us. Don't go anywhere.